Back in 2015, a man was hiking through a Budapest Trail when he saw something strange. As the man approached what he thought was an animal, he noticed that something looked off. He described the creature as looking like a large spider, but went on to describe this thing as having legs, and that it didn't look like anything he'd seen in the area. To add more confusion, he went on to describe that a large orb was floating above him during this encounter. He said the large sphere was hovering above him while he was watching the creature. He submitted the photographs and testimony to MOVE-ON, which stands for the Mutual UFO Network, which is responsible for reporting on thousands of UFO sightings every year. He said the following: "A bright sphere floated in front of me. I took out my mobile phone and took a photograph. I only know that the creature disappeared." End quote. Except from this short message and photograph, we don't have anything else to go by. The only other thing that was said was that the man took the photograph on a Samsung Galaxy S5. Those who have looked at the photograph have said it doesn't appear to have been photoshopped, and that similar sightings have been reported in the area. One UFO researcher said the following: "Very rarely do you have an encounter like this where the creature was captured on camera. We've seen a few similar photographs that have somehow been forgotten, but this one is definitely one of the most interesting ones we have. There's always a chance with this kind of thing that it's faked, but the image does seem to show something there. There's no blur around the creature and you can see it's casting a shadow." End quote. It's not just Budapest where these spheres and orb-like crafts have been reported. In fact, it's easily one of the most commonly reported UFOs out there. Every year people come forward and report their encounters with these mysterious objects, saying how they can easily outmaneuver planes and helicopters, and that they're able to fly through areas such as forests. Even the Navy and Army have had run-ins with these crafts, with some high-up officials even speculating as to whether or not these things are crafts at all, but rather a type of super-intelligence that we wouldn't understand. This isn't the first time that a strange creature has been seen close to an unidentified flying object. Although stories of Bigfoot go back hundreds of years, it's only been in recent years that people have made the connection between these large creatures and unidentified flying objects. In fact, researchers who have looked into this have said that whenever a Bigfoot is seen, it's not uncommon for people within the area to report seeing a UFO. Though there are many that seem to refuse to engage in the conversation relative to this odd connection, there are important statistics to note about this strange correlation. After the creation of the independent organisation known as the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON as previously mentioned, they've made a startling connection between UFOs and extraterrestrial activity, and this is surrounding a number of interesting UFO hotspots around the world. Oddly enough, it appeared that the third most common sighting of an alien being was that of a Bigfoot, or a Sasquatch-like creature. Many people of whom encountered strange UFO sightings wrote witness reports surrounding that of flying saucers or bright lights landing nearby, where existing Bigfoot sightings had recently occurred, or encountering a Bigfoot in the forest only for it to disappear like a ghost, and only a few minutes later to see a nearby unidentified flying object begin to immediately take off into the sky. These cases also do not include single encounters with a Sasquatch, and only include reports regarding a definitive extraterrestrial account with an unidentified flying object sighted nearby, or during the Bigfoot encounter. This could very well mean that the Sasquatch creature is another race of extraterrestrials visiting our planet, and could help answer a question that many have put forward over the years, which is why do people not see Bigfoot-like creatures more often? Some researchers have theorized that the Bigfoot species are most likely fascinated with the forests that scatter our planet, and that they could be conducting research. This is of course just a theory, and as of right now the only thing we have to back up this claim is the fact that UFOs are usually seen where there's been a Bigfoot sighting. Nonetheless, it's an interesting observation that's been made by people that have studied the topic. One individual said the following about the mysterious encounter: "I was hiking through Pennsylvania with my close friend when we had a mysterious encounter. Around 35 minutes into our hike, we picked up on the fact that wildlife around us had suddenly gone quiet. It was really bizarre because it was like someone hit a mute button. Around 1 minute after this happened, we could hear loud thumps and knocks. Curiosity got the better of us and we both decided to head towards these noises. It didn't take us long to find the culprit. The only way I can describe it is that the thing that made the noises looked like a giant humanoid. It was hairy all over its body and was smashing a thick branch against a tree. The noise echoed throughout the forest. We backed up real quick, not looking back until we'd ran a few 100 meters, and although we could still hear the noises, we could no longer see the humanoid. As if things couldn't get more unbelievable, a large sphere-like object flew above our heads and off into the distance. Around 2 minutes after we saw this craft, all of the noises of nature picked up again, with the smashing noises stopping as well. To be honest though, I wish me and my friend had never encountered this, because the few people we've told the story to just laughed at us. It's why I prefer to stay anonymous." End quote. So what do you make of this interesting photograph? And what do you think the man captured? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.